Hey gang, Poppy here. I'm in the computer room. This is an update on a product review I've done just recently. Okay, that's the box it came in. You're looking at me through it. I'm not going to up process this to YouTube 1080p. I'm going to put it up in my standard modified AVI, which I like so much, because I'm not showing you gemstones. Not in this video. Okay? Uh, this camera that you're looking at me through is excellent. It's excellent, excellent, excellent. My other webcam is a Logitech HD 529, or is it 925? Anyway, very good webcam. Much more expensive than this one. And this one gives me much, much better resolution. Look at the picture of that piece of jewelry at the start of this video again. I couldn't get resolution like that with the old webcam. None of the cameras in the house here. Flatbed scanner, a digital camera, digital microscope. None of them. A throwaway Sky tablet. Got a nice picture, but no way I can transfer the picture. Won't let me email it off. Won't let me put it on a chip. You know. Oh, I did that before with a tablet and my computer. You know, oh, I'll record out there and just work twice. Then it started not recognizing the chip. Either end. They both said, hey, no, we don't. So these USB plug-in cameras, I like them a lot. I hear other YouTube creators complaining. I want to say a word we borrow from veterinary medicine describing female dogs for what they do about the GoPro camera they have. Their battery died. Didn't tell them it was going to die. Their computer won't recognize the chip. Sound familiar? Yeah. Now, I know that this camera is extremely good because in that picture of that stone, you see lots of color. I don't see it with my own eyes. Yeah. Maybe if I still had a 2015 visual acuity, but age, the quinine I took for my leg cramps. I wish I'd asked Dr. Hyde what exactly effects it could have on my eyes and made him go into great detail. Wish I had. Really, really do. Don't take quinine unless you're going to die, because it screws up your eyes and your visual acuity gets really bad. You always see those guys who've had malaria. They're always wearing Coke bottle glasses. Yeah, that's because the quinine destroys their visual acuity. Unless you want to be Professor Hugo Farnsworth, don't touch quinine. Nope, 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 no, no, no. Anyway, this camera shows stuff that I'm not be able to see with my own two eyes. put on my optivisors and I can see some of it. Now, the color in the stone, that's an interesting thing. I can see the color in the stone with my bare eyes, but it's not that vibrant. People in the opal cutting world, especially the less successful, the smaller guys with 10 times my budget, complaining that they bought stuff and that looked fantastic on the computer and they get there, no color. They're talking about, well, maybe special camera tricks and all that. They just got a good camera, one that can see better than your eyes. Yeah. So that may clear things up for you guys, or veterinary medicine word for female dog, ing, about the rough got no color. I can tell they're the same rocks, but no color. Those 4K, 1080p and up capable webcams, that's why you see color on the computer, and when it gets there, nothing. And this one here is not an especially expensive one, at under $50 with shipping and tax. So, yeah. What about those guys? They spend $2,000-3,000 on a 8K, and they got pixels coming out of every pore of their body as they're reaching to plug it in. As they're reaching to plug it in. I got to remember where the lens is. I think I'm talking to you over here when you're there. Oh yeah, I broke the fourth wall like that. No problem. Okay. So, for less than $50, damn good acquisition. I mean, I plugged it in and boom, the power light came on. I said, we have life. It's alive. Let's find out how smart it is. Really smart. Really smart. The other camera with this light and that light over here, which isn't on, you know, look bad in here. With this one only, and the old camera, I was yellow. Looked like I had jaundice. I don't look like I got jaundice now. Crawled out from under a rock? Yes. Jaundice? No. So, damn good camera for $50. The phrase is duck on a June bug. Okay, now, another thing I'm going to review, actually it's 3 things. The main unit, and 2, no, let's make it 4 things, and 3 of accessories. Look 3D? I think I said something about 3D capable. Anyway, if you've been watching Poppy Cuts Opal, you've seen once or twice my Microlux multi-speed, variable speed, wet bandsaw. When I first saw one back in the 1990s, I wanted one. Full disclosure here, wanted one since the 1990s. And I could have justified getting it for what I was doing if I'd only had one thing: extra money. I mean, married with children. I don't know. I was lucky I wasn't running around naked in flip-flops and sunglasses, going about my business. Anyway, I got it like 4 years ago now. Approximately 4 years ago, I got one. I was doing mini machining channel. I'll do some of that a little bit more. Anyway, and I wanted a bandsaw. Needed a bandsaw. I was looking around, and some of the YouTube creators had these little handheld bandsaws, right? And even one of the female YouTube machinists, Quinn Dunkey, she had one. She talking all about how great it was. She even had a stand so you could set it on the bench and put a little table on it. I could have got one of them for $150 with the damn table and the bench mount. No bench space. Don't want to stand there holding a freaking bandsaw, cutting a piece of metal. Back then was getting old. I'm 68 damn years old now. I mean, Adam Booth talks about it. He's in his 40s. He ain't that young, vigorous guy who could pick up 1,000 pounds of steel without bending his knees. Well, slight exaggeration, but he's talking about he's getting old. He can't pick that heavy stuff up like he used to. So, I did have a little bit of bench space. I could move it around, you know. Watchmaker style shop. There's one spot where you do all your work, and everything's in this garage space, and done. Move stuff around. I got it. And I mounted it on a piece of plywood so I didn't have to bolt it down and still be stable enough for what I'm doing. It was excellent. The first upgrade I made, I got the bimetal metal cutting blade for it. And, you know, it comes with a wood cutting blade. Bimetal metal blade is extra. Worth the money if you want to cut metal. Trust me, I know. Yeah, I don't want to cut metal with a wood cutting blade. You can just barely cut wood with a metal blade. Doesn't sound intuitive, right? Wood's softer than metal, but most metal doesn't include silicon in its structure. Yeah, a lot of wood has silicon in its fibers, you know, structural integrity field kind of thing. Anyway, tear up, wear out a metal blade, bimetal blade. But then, you know, it would last longer than a wood blade, because it tears wood up. Carbide tipped. I couldn't get one of them. I couldn't see one listed. I'll one of these days look for carbide tip blade for my bandsaw. The next upgrade next upgrade I got and did to it, the diamond blade. Going back to the 90s, I wanted the variable speed wet bandsaw with a diamond blade. And then polish the stone. Okay. And I needed the coolant supply. It's basically a plastic jug with a valve and a bracket and a hose and 3 or 4 other hoses and a pan to set the bandsaw in, screw through the bandsaw and through the pan, through the bandsaw, through the rubber gasket, through the pan into the bench. Still no bench space, so what I did was I took the aluminum foil and I covered those holes inside and out. And I trimmed the plywood so it fit in the pan, and I just set it there. As much opal as I'm going to be cutting, I'm not going to be flooding that pan. Not gonna. And if I did, hey, that'd be production cutting. I don't think that's going to happen. I don't have the budget. And I don't have a customer with a ton of really good opal he wants me to cut for him. So, anyway, the bandsaw. The diamond blade has a 25,000th of an inch kerf. I know some of you out there are already screaming, "Oh, that's so fat! I use a 5,000th of an inch kerf 4-inch blade on my saw." Yeah, I know. Find me a bandsaw blade for it, diamond tip, with a 5,000th of an inch kerf. Then buy it for me, because it won't be cheap. Yeah. Anyway, variable speed, wet, diamond blade. It cuts opal beautifully. I don't have to put pressure on it. I just gently guide. Just enough pressure I can feel each crystal going scrape, 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 scrape. And my opal ain't getting hot because of the water drip. I can't even open it halfway up. That's too much. Well, flood time. But drip, drip, drip. Perfect. Yeah. Now, the nearly $500 I paid for the bandsaw itself. Remember I said $150 for one of the handhelds with the bracket to hold it on the bench and a little table, but yeah, didn't want to hold it. I doubted I would find diamond blade for it and not waterproof. So I got what I wanted. I don't have to hold the damn bandsaw cutting a piece of pipe or bar stock. Or how would I hold a piece of plate to cut it with one of them? Right? I can cut plate on mine. I can cut steel plate on my Microlux bandsaw with the bimetal blade. Yeah. And now that I have the coolant feed, I can drip cutting fluid on it while it's cutting. Keep my part from excessive heating. Extend the length of the blade. Anyway, like the camera, I am so happy I purchased it. It works extremely well. Yes, it does. Expensive, that's true, but the good things always are, aren't they? Unless they're absolutely free and someone comes along and they touch it, it turns to shit. Of course, that happens with expensive things, so keep people away from your things. Next video. I'm not sure. I'm still waiting for 2 parcels of opal I ordered late last month. And it's halfway through this month now. You know, my 62 carat piece of Australian is supposed to be here on the 17th, maybe the 19th. The 100 carat lot of African gravel, I mean, it was a $17 buy. No tax, no shipping. If I could remember who it is and it don't arrive, I can burn him down all over the internet through YouTube. Well, that's something I do. I buy opal hoping to get good stuff, and if I don't, well, I unbox it on camera. And I tell you what I think of it. And as you've seen out in the shop, I've been cutting what I get. Yeah. And I ordered 2 more parcels, this time of Australian. They're supposed to be here by next month. I'll probably be doing cutting out in the shop with something out of those parcels, because that wheelo is garbage. Like I said in another video, the color in wheel of the cracks in wheel, the color in wheel is the cracks. Looking, I've seen this beautiful line of color going that way. It was the interference zone where the 2 layers of the crack were same colors along the face of the crack where the color in wheel is the cracks. So, and you can't put it in a jar, you know, like Nevada crap. Yeah, opal from Nevada, everything I've touched from there is garbage. It all crazes. I mean, turns to dust. But you can put it in a little jar of water and have opal in water in a jar necklace. Oh yeah, it's valuable Nevada stuff. You got to keep it wet or it'll turn to dust. And it's not ugly. It's not pretty dust either. It's ugly dust. Boom. No. Okay. I'm going to go for now after this one word. New eye, 60? Yes. Unless you can afford better, $50. Great jump and improvement in my videos. Any more expensive camera, I'd need tens of thousands of dollars of new computering. Yeah. So I got as much camera as my computering can handle. The bandsaw. Like I told you, I've been wanting it since the 1990s. I finally got it. And it fulfills expectations. And I'm one of those guys that can have great expectations. That's the one, anyone who's been around me when a love relationship imploded or exploded or she tried to kill me. Yeah. No. So it fulfilled my great expectations that it would be capable of doing things. So a definite positive. Worth the money. Go to Amazon. Microlux bandsaw. Anyone going to say the name of a company in Illinois? No. New Jersey. The name of a company in New Jersey that sells this bandsaw. until they reinstate the 1-800 order line, they're not getting any more of my money. I found I can get their stuff cheaper from other places. So, Micromark, reinstate the 1-800 order line. Because you're losing money for everyone who wants to talk to an employee before they read off their credit card number. They want that human touch. A lot of people like me, if you're too cheap to hire some idiot to talk on the phone and tickle the plastic keys, what else is cheap about your operation? Maybe even your merch. Makes people think, is your merch worth shit or is it shit? Good night from California.